Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing another product unboxing and review. This time we're going to be taking a look at another narrow gauge 009 scale product. This time it's the Bachmann Baguley-Drewry 70 horsepower diesel shunter. This particular one is in the ICI orange and grey with the wasp stripes, so that's the one we're going to take a look at in today's video. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, click on the notifications bell and press all, that way you stay notified for future videos such as this review and other reviews and just other videos that I release on the channel. Anyways, let's get straight into today's review. Okay, so this model was picked up at the Train World stand at the Kyneton Model Railway exhibition, and if you haven't seen that video then I'll put a link to that up in the corner so you can check that out. So this model I paid $225 for, which honestly is actually a pretty decent price, especially for a lot of 009 scale locomotives. So personally I think it's not too much money, $225. I think personally it's a pretty good price. If I was to compare it to the Pico Small England, they're around that $300 mark, and they're not even DCC ready. This is obviously way cheaper, and it's also DCC ready. So in my opinion, $225 is a pretty good price. So anyways, let's take a look at the box quickly. It's actually in the rolling stock box, which is what they always come in the locomotives. So it's got the information as to what one you have on the back there. It's got a bit more information on the back. So yeah, pretty standard basic box. In fact, this is actually my first locomotive from Bachmann. I've never actually owned any of their locomotives up until now. Anyways, let's take off the shrink wrap. And let's see what we get inside. I'll put that one to the side. Alright, so what else do we get in here? We get some instructions. So what do we got here? We got Bachmann Collectors Club, warranty service request. Yeah, cool. Alright. Hopefully I won't need to fill out the warranty, hopefully it should just be alright. And then here we have the instructions. So this will show how to remove the body shell, install the DCC decoder, yep, and where to lubricate the model. So yeah, alright. Put those ones off to the side. Excuse the mess, by the way, it's pretty messy on the bench here. Now for the product you've all been waiting for, and what I've been waiting for, it's a locomotive. Oh wow. Okay, looks like we have a couple of things underneath as well. Oh, we've got a bag here of accessories. Okay. So, not really sure what these are, but I'll figure that out. But more importantly, here's the model. So I'll just pan down there. There we go. There it is out of the box. And straight away, right off the bat, we have a lot of die cast on this model. So from what I can see, the majority of the body shell is actually die cast. I think maybe all of it's die cast. This running plate here is also die cast. So it adds a fair amount of weight to the model. So I would like to hope that this has some pretty good pulling power. So anyways, first impressions, yeah, really good weight. I don't think I've seen anything damaged on the model either. I don't see any damage on it. There's nothing floating around the box. Yeah, so far so good. Anyways, let's point out the details. Okay, so taking a look at the details now. Starting off, we have this nice separately applied piece here. I think it's the buffer beam. Then we have the coupling, which does move side to side. That's pretty nice. I believe on top of here, I believe that's the air filter or the exhaust. And then got another piece of detail here. I should point out, as I said earlier, the entire body shell and this running plate here is all die cast, so that's why it's got some really good weight. Have a really nice grille on the front there, and then if we take a look, the builder's plate is actually legible. Not sure how well the camera's picking that up, but it is legible. And looking at the side here, we've got some really nice flush glazing. The logos and printing has been really nicely done, and we've got some nice detail, like some rivets on the running plate here. And then looking around the end here, we have a light. I don't know if these work, I don't think they do, but it's nice that it's been modelled here. We have the wasp stripes, which have been really nicely applied, and then we've got that other bit of detail that's been separately applied here on the running plate. Looking at this side here now, again we have the printing, which has been really nicely done. We have the nice flush glazed windows, and I'm not sure what that is, but if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. And then taking a look at the top here, we have some more rivet details, and we have a light up here, a flashing light. I don't think that flashes, but yeah, it's nice that it's been modelled. And then if I just, hopefully the camera will pick that up, we actually have a pretty nice detailed cab interior. So yeah, looks like Bachmann have really gone to town with this particular model. So yeah, so far quite a promising looking locomotive. So anyways, next job to do is I'm going to remove the body shell and we'll install a decoder. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's now ready for the decoder to be installed. Now I've just removed the body shell, and something I would like to point out is I feel like the instruction manual is a little bit misleading. It says that you have to remove the buffer beam weights, so it says you have to remove the buffer beam weights and remove the 4 screws that hold the body to the chassis. It turns out you don't actually have to remove the buffer beam weights. Looking at Sam's Trains video of this loco, he even said the same thing. The instructions are a little bit misleading. You don't have to remove the weights on the front there. So anyways, this is the setup. As you can see, it's a pretty good setup actually. It's even got a flywheel, which is quite surprising for something this small. So I've got the decoder here. It's an ESU Locopilot version 5 micro DCC next 18. So I'm going to get that one installed, and I'll get it back together. Okay, so decoder is all installed and the body is screwed back to the chassis. So let's give this a test run. Now I should point out that this is still set to 03 by default. So I've not changed any of the settings. So I've got 03 on my controller. So let's give it its first run. Okay, so unfortunately for the first time ever in one of my reviews, things have not gone very well. If you saw in the last clip, when I was turning the controller, the loco wasn't moving. It wasn't down to the track being dirty. I made sure to clean that. It just wasn't responding. So the decoder was set to 03 by default, and I put O3 in the controller and it wasn't responding. Now I know I installed it correctly because these Next 18 decoders can only go in one way. So I know I installed it correctly, so it wasn't responding to O3. Now I'm thinking it could either be the decoder that was faulty, but I also put the blanking chip back in and tried running the loco on DC. That didn't work either, so it could be the loco that's faulty. I'm not too sure, but yeah, unfortunately I am going to have to take these back to Train World, which is where I got them, and hopefully they can sort out what is going on with them, because I would like to finish this review. So unfortunately this review will come out a little bit later. I'm not going to do 2 parts, it's all going to be in one video, but I'll see you when I get this hopefully fixed, or if it doesn't get fixed, hopefully replaced with another one that works. So I'll see you then. Okay, so it is now the following day, and good news. What I have done is I've taken the model to Train World and they were able to sort out the problem. So the problem was actually to do with these, to do with the base keeper plate here, the contacts that are underneath. There was a bit of oxidization on them, so what they did was the guys at Train World, they cleaned those and basically made sure the loco was running absolutely perfectly. So yeah, anyways, I'll show you it does indeed run. Now it's still set to O3 on the decoder. So, I haven't programmed it yet or anything, so I'll probably do that off camera, but yeah, let's just see it run. Dirty track. It's actually a pretty smooth runner. Now it does jitter a little bit, but keep in mind this model hasn't been run in yet, so yeah, it will stall a bit on slow speeds, but yeah, as I said, with a bit more running in, it should be all good. So I'll stop that one there. But yeah, that's running pretty good, so get some shots of it running around the layout. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this is actually running. Now it is a little bit noisy, but I suspect that's probably due to the decoder. I've noticed that some decoders can be quite noisy, so yeah, that's probably that like zingy noise, I suppose you could call it. That's from the decoder, but yeah. Anyways, I'm happy with how it's running. It's running pretty smooth now. So yeah, let's head to the final thoughts and conclusion on this model. Okay, so it's now time to do the final thoughts and conclusions on the Bachmann Baguley-Drewry 70 horsepower diesel shunting locomotive. First of all, the detail. The fact that it's pretty much the entire body is an all metal construction is really quite impressive. So that's why this locomotive has some pretty good weight to it. And the detail that is there is quite good. I especially like the cab interior. The Bachmann have actually made an effort to put a cab interior, especially with those large windows. It's pretty understandable why, and I would say it looks pretty fair, looks pretty reasonable, especially for this sort of size. Livery application is very good. I don't really see any issues with that. And onto the running now. The running is pretty good. It's a little bit jittery at the start, but this locomotive still needs more running. I suspect it will, I would like to hope it would get a little bit smoother as I run it more and more. But what I did run it, but for the amount of time I did run it, it pretty much had no issues at the higher speeds. As I said, it just needs to be running more, and hopefully at those slower speeds it should be a lot smoother. But yeah, running is quite good. And I have to say the box is quite good. Didn't have any damage to it, didn't arrive damaged or anything like that, or it didn't arrive damaged. So yeah, it's been packaged up really nicely. There's no visible damage on the model. And overall, I think for $225, it's a really good locomotive. And yeah, I can't fault this locomotive. Now, to address the elephant in the room, the issue that I had, which as I mentioned before, was the pickups underneath that base keeper plate on the chassis, had a bit of oxidization on them. I'd just like to say, again, another big thanks to the guys at Train World for getting this fixed for me. They pretty much did it on the spot, so I didn't have to wait very long. And yeah, I just can't thank them enough. And if you guys are after any sort of servicing or even decoder installs for any of your locomotives, send Train World an email, call them, or even just take it down to the store, and they'll be able to help you out. I'll leave a link to their website in the description, as well as their social media, so please check that out. And yeah, they've got some good products there. I've bought a lot of stuff from them and never had an issue with Train World and their staff and what they have. So yeah, highly recommend them. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this review here. Okay, so that will be the end of today's review video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, leave your comments in the comment section below. I will leave a link to where you can buy this locomotive from in the description. And as I said before, I'll leave a link to Train World's website and also their social media, so you can get in contact with them, see what they have in stock, that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm very happy with the model, and I really do think it's a very good buy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and of course I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, stay safe, and of course, have a nice day. Bye everyone.